So we've learned that sine 2 beta is equal to 2 sine beta cosine beta. Double angle formula for cosine, and also we know that cosine 2 beta is equal to cosine squared beta minus sine squared beta. Okay? Now, what I want to do is look at an example of how these would be used. So, let's suppose that we're given this, that sine beta is equal to 3/5, and let's suppose further we're told that beta is in quadrant 2. It's somewhere between pi over 2 and pi. And what we want to do is we want to find sine 2 beta and cosine 2 beta. Well, you can see that in order to use either of these formulas, I need to figure out what cosine is. So what I want to do then is I'm just going to draw a triangle. And since I'm given that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and I'll call this beta, I can use Pythagorean theorem to find out that this side, the adjacent side, is 4. Now, you could also recognize this as a 3, 4, 5 right triangle and, figure out that that's 4. But we know that the adjacent side is 4. That tells us that cosine beta is equal to 4 over 5. However, it's not quite that simple because remember, we're in quadrant 2. And if we're in quadrant 2, we know that cosine is negative in that quadrant. So I better put a negative in front. We have to pay attention to which angle or which quadrant our angle is in because it tells us, if we're dealing with a positive or negative cosine in this case. Okay, now once we have that, we can figure out what sine 2 beta is. It's going to be 2 times sine, which is 3/5, times cosine, which is negative 4/5, and we get negative 24/25. Yeah. Now we can also then calculate cosine 2 theta, or 2 beta. So cosine 2 beta is going to equal cosine squared minus sine squared. And that's going to equal 16/25 minus 9/25, okay, which is going to be 7/25. So there we have it. We have sine and we have cosine for the double angle. Now, while we're at it, we could go ahead and get tangent. Because remember, tangent 2 beta, even though I didn't give you a formula for it, we know that tangent is sine over cosine. Okay? So we've got sine 2 beta is negative 24 over 25, and cosine 2 beta is 7 over 25. And if we just multiply the top and the bottom by 25, we get that tangent of 2 beta is going to be negative 24 over 7. Yeah, so there we have sine 2 beta, cosine 2 beta, and tangent 2 beta. Now there is a formula, a double angle formula for tangent, and you can look that up if you like. But this is the way we can find sine, cosine, and tangent using the double angle formulas if we're given information like this up here.